Obviously this came to a surprise to us, like it did many other programs. I just want to start off by saying I feel for all the programs that put in all the time and effort to get to the end point of their season or just beginning their season and having it taken away from them. But I know this is bigger than just that. And we talk as a team about having gratitude a lot and being thankful for what we have. We're definitely thankful for still having athletics department that cares deeply about the health and well-being of our students. And as far as we go in general, we're just one day at a time. And when this all broke out, this affects our spring season. This is probably one of our biggest, our biggest chance for development because we don't get summer workouts and we get about 2 weeks before season starts before we play. So that's how it affects us immediately. We don't get the chance to work with our players in the gym. But like I said, this is bigger than that, and my team understands that, and we'll do what we have to do to help the rest of the world in this fight.
Eagle Headlander with Fox, Illinois. What have you maybe been wanting the team to work on while they're doing stuff at home? Is that just individual workouts, maybe watching some game tape, things like that? Anything in particular that you've kind of stressed to them?
Yeah, so we're still, this NCAA, I think, came out with some rulings that we're allowed to at least have contact with them for 8 hours during the week. So we kind of, we do, every Wednesday we do a team Zoom meeting, and we go over some team culture stuff for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then during the week, we're broken up into position groups. And for example, I have the setters, and so we go over a concept with the setters. Then I contact all of our positions do that, and they contact them individually. And then we just kind of keep rotating through the team and keeping in contact and make sure everyone's doing good. And in terms of the work that we give them, we pretty much have a sheet that we've given every position saying this is what we need to work on. This is pretty much everything that Illinois Volleyball does, and here's the sheet to work on it and how to work out in this time. And we still, I think that's the other big portion of it, is we have to stay ready. We're a little bit, I would say, as a sport, we're a little bit used to this. Like I said, we're not allowed to have summer workouts where coaches are around. So they're used to working on their own. Obviously, we wish we had gym space to work out in, but by all accounts, they're getting the work done, and they're working on just a lot of individual skill right now and a lot of film work with us that we're allowed to show them.
Hey, Chris, Scott Ritchie from the News Gazette. You mentioned, missing the spring, and I guess with every team sort of across the country in the same boat, you'll have, less time to work with the team, but, have you gone about many ways where, they say, if your team handles this situation maybe better than someone else in the Big Ten, like that's where you can maybe get an edge, and have you kind of talked to them about that, or about that at all?
Yeah, that's the big thing that we've actually talked about this last team meeting about, how much work do we put in, and let's just take the situation aside. How much work do we want to put in? Obviously, we're all allowed the same requirements once we're with the team, whether we're in 8-hour weeks or 20-hour weeks. And, just making sure we stay on top of our game. I think a lot of that goes a long way just to connect the team. And I know some of them have planned to have already done and planned to do group workouts where the positions are getting together. If just a couple of them have free time, they get together and work out. And so, we do talk about that. I think the difficulty on our sport is that it's, as you guys know, it's fast and dynamic, and it comes, it's tough to replicate those reps at home unless you got, your mom or dad or sister or brother has a killer serve that they can serve at you, or you have a net and a setup at your house. So I think that's where the specificity of our sport gets a little bit unique. Like many other sports, we're not our only ones there, but I think a lot of it's just about staying in good shape, both physically and mentally, and maybe that's why we put a little more stock into film right now, where we can see the game through film a lot more. So hopefully we can bump up their IQ as we keep moving forward here.
Hey, Chris, this is Gavin Go with 247. Obviously, everyone's kind of at home now, so what sort of maybe a unique opportunity is it for you and your wife to spend more time with your young kids, and what are maybe some fun things you guys have done to pass the time?
Well, we try to, in general, we try to be really good about spending time with the kids, and our team understands that too. This obviously gives us a lot more time with the kids. It's made it interesting to work from home. Every hour or so, I get a check in from one of my three kids, so it's nice to have that. So I think that's good. And we're just trying to be like everyone else. We're taking it one day at a time and trying to adjust to what the new normal is. And we try to spend. I'm down here in my basement right now. I'm working from usually about 9 till about 2 or 3, and then I wake up early, work before the kids are awake, and then when they go to bed, I work when the kids go to bed. So we try to carve out some time where it's just family time, as we would during the course of the season. And it's just maybe a little bit different, but it's nice to pop up every now and then and just play a quick game of pig with my son, or play down in the basement with all the kids, and we just kind of we do whatever. They're 5, 3, and 1, so as much as their imagination takes them is where we go with it. And so it's been fun hanging out as always, and we've been enjoying the time. But we wish we had our team, family as well. So we really enjoy both, and we just this is just what it is now, and we do enjoy the time with the kids as well.
Obviously, it's looking pretty far ahead into things here, but the virus it doesn't seem to be slowing down necessarily anytime soon, to the point where you guys are going to be able to get back to work in person soon. And the university, I know a couple days ago, just decided to move all summer classes online. I'm just wondering, are you worried that maybe your guys' regular season will be impacted and this will reach into that instead of just the summer and preseason?
Yeah, there's always that concern, or at least now there's that concern. I should say, not always, but I just think we pushed on from 2 weeks to now we're stay at home and through the month, and then we just kind of have to keep evaluating as time goes on. We'll be prepared. We talk a lot about when we're in season and facing these great teams in the Big Ten about being resilient and being adaptive, and I think this is just a part of it. This is just the life part of it where we're going to have to do that. And like I said, we're used to having summers of non-contact with our players, and they're used to that too. So again, we like to be in the gym together. I think that's how you get better at the game, even if the coaches aren't in the gym. And but if we get the go-ahead to say, yeah, we're going to get our 2 weeks starting at the beginning of August, and you got 2 weeks to figure it out, then it's game on. And I think I've got a lot of players on my team that are up for that type of challenge, and all my players up for that challenge, and they understand what's at stake. So I think they're as hungry as they would be if they're with us, and I got a good group. I'd say maybe the thing that we're going to have to see early on is spring was going to be our time to figure out our new lineups. We just lost 3 or 4 starters, so we're going to be having to figure that out, and we'd hope to have the spring to do it, or at least to give us some guidance there. But it is what it is, and we'll just keep plugging forward and plugging away.
Hey, Chris, it's Scott again. I mean, obviously, this situation affects everyone on your team, but for Maddie Whittington to have graduated high school early and started her freshman year, semester ahead, and then to have that end abruptly, just what kind of impact do you think maybe that's had on her? I mean, have you talked with her kind of about that, just being new to college and then for college to end and the season to end?
Yeah, absolutely. I did talk with her about that, and it was obviously not the way you'd plan that, as many wouldn't plan what any situation here. But in her case specifically, she's really glad that she still came here and saw the amount of work that has to be put in. Saw the people that are here in Illinois, and she got a good glimpse of what collegiate athletics is like. I think what I tell the freshmen when they come in, they're used to playing weekend tournaments, and maybe they practice 2 days a week, usually 2 or 3 days a week, and they don't really lift weights. And now they go into, went from doing that, all of a sudden, even for spring ball for us, we had just gotten into our we were about 2 weeks into our full spring schedule, going for our 20-hour weeks, and so that's 6 days a week. And weights for an hour and practice for 2.5, and it's a big adjustment. So it's for her. She's really happy that she got those, kind of a glimpse into that, and she'll be ready, I think, when she comes back. Whenever we're allowed to come back.
I suppose maybe for your other freshmen, where they might just have that 2 weeks before the season with the team, and does that put them back? And maybe how much, if you, thought you might, play one of them, as a freshman, but do you reconsider all that?
I think freshmen, and it really depends on what position they're coming in on too. I think you have Raina, Terry coming in, and then we got one more who we're announcing here pretty soon. But for them, it's still about them understanding the workload that has to be done before they get in here. And that's usually what a summer session's for, because they at least are allowed to come in here and lift, and still do the open gyms with the team. So I think that's where it can hinder that particular right now. And to go through the grind of a Big Ten season. A full, preseason and a Big Ten season. I think that's where it gets tough for freshmen, just to kind of learn. We know that's a reality going across all sports, and volleyball is no different. So I think the big message for them is just to start working out more. Try to get 6 days a weekend, and once we're allowed to kind of send them the plans of what we're doing, then they'll be doing the same stuff as we're doing here. Just want to say thanks to all the frontline workers out there. Champaign community, I think it's and beyond, anywhere across the world right now. I know that people are getting, as this grows, this gets tougher and tougher, and but it's nice to see everyone coming together and everyone supporting. I know people are going to be going through tough times, and I just want to say thank you to everyone, and be patient. And as a country, we've always come together, and seems as the world's coming together too. It's nice to see. So just want to say thanks again to everyone out there that's helping out, and for staying the distance and keeping everyone safe.